Hey everybody, it is day 62 of my 90 days of dating myself challenge. That's 90 days of dating myself, following 90 days of recovery from binge eating patterns. So those of you who have been following me have heard over and over is that my recovery isn't perfect. I did not have 90 days straight of not overeating. There were days where I overate, but I stayed persistent and really actively gave an active effort, to embrace recovery. Now, the 90 days of dating myself, I have also been doing consistently. And there's certain times where the dating myself and the binge eating overlap, right? One of them is dealing with urges. Sometimes the urges to get like a certain need met by somebody else and the urges to binge eat could be coming from a similar place. And part of what I'm doing is I had created a 3-day rotation for myself. Some of you may have seen my video about mornings that I did recently, maximizing my mornings. So on a rotating basis, I'm doing journaling, meditation, and yoga in the morning. On a rotating basis, I'll do one of those 3 things in the morning. And the purpose was really to increase intimacy and honesty with myself. And with the 90 days of dating, I've found that yes, sometimes it is about the dating myself is about doing concrete activities, giving myself a nice sensory bath or going to an improv class or whatever. But a lot of it is relating to myself with honesty and intimacy, and relating to myself as if I am relating to an intimate partner, because I did not relate to myself that way in the past, and it caused me to be like extra needy and impulsive in relationships, right? So that's what I'm moving from moving on from. And then while I was doing my journaling activity this morning, I became honest about something that I've been whitewashing a little bit while I'm on here, which is that I'm slipping with the binge eating a little bit. I had an episode last night that was not an all-out binge, but it was definitely compulsive overeating. And I said, I have to be honest with myself in this journaling, in these videos, that it's happening, and figure out a plan for it to happen less, possibly not at all, right? I mean, that's the dream, that would be nice, but I need to feel like I am moving forward and not stagnant, right? That is the goal, moving forward. And when I was journaling, I was trying to kind of uncover the truth, right? Because this is about honesty. What's happening in these moments where I have the choice to binge or not to binge? What's happening? What contributes to the decision that I end up making? And some of you may remember the video I did last week about, what if urges didn't have to be so hard? And I think that's what is tripping me up, because I've noticed for the past week or so when I have urges, I have a very difficult time accessing that grounded place, right? I'm fighting the urge, I'm getting good at catching it, right? Which is great, because that's the first step, that C in my little handy dandy CDAT formula. I'm catching the urge. I see it. I know what it is, but when it comes to defending the warrior, I'm starting to fall short a little bit, because the warrior knows when to pick her battles. The warrior knows when to fight and not the fight. And if you fight the urge, yes, you might overcome it, but you know what else will happen? The warrior will get tired, and that's what I'm doing. I'm fighting the urge too much. I'm saying, no, I don't want this again. I'm having this amplified reaction. And what happens is, I resist the urge once, I resist it twice, and then eventually I give in because I'm just so exhausted of fighting. That's what happens. That's what it's like. That's what it's like. And anybody else who's dealt with this probably knows and has a similar story. So what I did this morning during my journaling is, once I realized that, I wrote a visualization of what it would be like to have those urges and observe it, not fight it. You know, and I even catch myself using the terminology resisting the urge, and maybe that's not helpful language for myself. Instead of resist the urge, maybe what I need to do is use the word observe. Observe and deflect, right? Like observe but do not follow along. That might be more useful, a less exhausting approach. So I want to read my little visualization to you. Maybe it would be helpful for whatever visualizations you're trying to manifest in changing behaviors, and then I'll wrap up the video. So here's my visualization. I am in the kitchen. I am about to cook dinner, and there are dishes in the sink. I am cooking chicken sausage and squash. I need to preheat the oven, chop the veggies, season the veggies, put foil on a pan, and put it into the oven. Then I need to start cooking the chicken sausage once the veggies are in for about 20 minutes. Once the sausage is cut, I'll wash the dishes. Now, when I wrote all of these steps out in this visualization, the process didn't seem that daunting. And you may be hearing this visualization and going, what? That's it? But the reason why writing this out like this was so helpful to me is because whenever I'm in the kitchen, especially preparing food, especially if I'm hungry, the binge parasite in my brain likes to wouldn't now be a great time to binge? You're hungry, you're around food, you can just snack as you're preparing a meal. Well, you know how irrational that must sound, right? Because a lot of times what ended up happening is I would just overeat. I'd have this meal that I wasn't hungry for. Okay, yeah, sure, I'd have leftovers, but I'd be like eating an imbalanced amount of food that's not right for me, you know. It would be an excuse to binge, basically. But why? What's the intensity? So you know what happens once you have an addiction? That the parasite will find the intensity. It will say, oh my God, you have to multitask. There's the veggies, and there's a sausage, and there's cleaning up the dishes, and there's all of these things, and oh my God, and your kitchen is so small, and there's food here. And it just creates these reasons to overeat. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, due to time, but I continue with the visualization, and I'm in the kitchen. I just preheated the oven. I'm cutting the vegetables, and then the urge comes in to, let's say, take a tub of Parmesan cheese out of the fridge and just eat spoonfuls of it, right? That urge comes in. And I say, okay, I see the urge, there it is. I take deep breaths, just allowing the breath to fill up my whole abdomen area like an air balloon. And then I feel the energy of the breath going all the way down to my feet, rooting me in the earth. The urge continues. Cheese, this sucks. And my body doesn't react to it. I just see it as if it is an unhinged person creeping by me. I can just see it and go, okay. The urge is there. This happens sometimes. The urge is there. It's okay. It'll be gone soon. And as I'm observing that urge and saying, it's okay, it'll be gone soon, I get myself in tune with gratitude. I focus on how grateful I am to have access to healthy food to cook. I focus on how grateful I am to have a work schedule that allows me time to cook a dinner in the evening if I choose. I focus on how grateful I am to have my own space, and to have my little Roku TV where I can, play music or a show or a podcast to add to the ambiance where I cook. I feel grateful that I even have the energy to cook and that I'm not unwell. I feel grateful that I have the company of my kitty, and in between cooking tasks, I can go give her a good pet. And then the urge goes away. The urge goes away. Now, if I had responded to that urge by saying, "Damn you, fucking urge, get out of my kitchen," right? Which is like how you naturally want to respond to it. What kind of energy am I cultivating? I am not cultivating the energy of gratitude. I am not cultivating the energy of being grounded. And that's the energy I need, like the energy of grounding and gratitude, to keep my mind and body in a place where I can just, again, okay, this is the urge, right? My little purple fingers are the urge. No, the urge wouldn't be purple. I like purple, but whatever. So this is like, okay. Yep. I see it. It's here. It'll be gone soon. So this means I really got to keep myself zen, which I'm always working on. And this is easier said than done, what I'm saying. And I recognize that. But I am choosing to exist in confidence that if I take the time to do this for as long as I need to, I can change and manifest that energy in that moment that I need to. So I hope this was helpful for any of you who might be struggling with the same thing. If any of you want to comment on how you cope with binge urges, and how the approach of grounding and gratitude has helped you, or feel free to share. If you want to reach out to me with questions or coaching, it's Urge Warriors, the name of this channel, at gmail.com, and I will connect with you all tomorrow for day 63. Thanks.